Good day everyone, I am Michael, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone for today's webinar, which is Aligning Your HR Strategy with Your Business Strategy. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our presenter for today, Pete Toes. Pete Toes is the founder of the Focus Group. Pete has worked closely with the leadership team of organizations such as Exxon, Brinks, EMC, State Farm, Marriott and NCI, YKK and Freddie Mac. Pete has 15 years of experience in human resource and quality functions. Pete has leadership positions including the VP of Human Resources and Quality. Pete holds a BA degree in psychology from Emory and Henry College and a master's in business administration and industrial psychology from Virginia Commonwealth University. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Pete.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that introduction, and thanks to each of you for participating today. So I look forward to working with you today on this important topic. And as an introduction, let me just share 4 points with you if I can. The first is that for an organization to successfully execute its business strategy, each department needs to align its strategy with that business strategy. And of course, that includes the HR department. And HR has a very significant impact on the business's strategy because HR interacts with all departments. And when a business's priorities change, then its people or its HR priorities also must change. HR's alignment needs for the organization's leaders to be communicating to HR what their needs are from HR. And HR needs to measure the impact of its processes. So today what we'll do is to help you maximize the impact of your HR processes on your organization's strategy. Then we'll look at strategic alignment, maximizing your organization's human capital, and utilizing some key HR metrics. So I've divided this webinar into these 5 modules. We'll introduce a strategic frame of reference. We'll look at a process for aligning your HR processes with your business strategy. We'll talk about how you can make such a great contribution by helping an organization create a succession plan. Then we'll take a look at how we can use HR metrics to make sure that we're making a contribution to the business strategy. And then we'll define success at aligning with the business strategy. Let's start out by utilizing a frame of reference then to develop that HR strategy that's aligned. And so if we think about the traditional role of HR, it's just processing transactions, whereas a strategic role is understanding what your business strategy is, but that strategic leader cares enough to be constantly trying to make a greater contribution. So the strategic frame of reference then very simply is a model, it's a roadmap, it's a recipe for making a greater contribution to your business strategy. And the best starting point, and almost all experts say that we need to start with our mission. Drafting a mission statement for your department is to start out with the word "the" and just the name of your department, and then "is" and the nature of your team and your priority services that your team provides and who your primary customer is. And then the last part of your mission statement is the value that your team provides. The objective of a business is to attract and retain customers. And value, of course, is what we get versus what the customer pays. You're probably all very familiar with the SWOT analysis. It's a great way to help you align with the business strategy. Filter is just a priority business condition. Another tool for aligning your strategy with your organization strategy is the internal customer report card. But it starts out again with who's your primary customer, who's that person, that department, that group of people. The third question then is how would they weight these in terms of importance on a scale of 1 to 100? And then the next is how would that customer evaluate our current performance on each of these. Based on this customer report card, then what are you going to be saying that you're going to do to create greater value to your customers? Because really what we're trying to do is to close any gap between what our customers, internal customers, are expecting us and how they perceive our performance. Then a great tool for creating your initiatives is the IP matrix. A lot of industries is made up of 5 variables. One is tangibles. Another of the 5 factors is reliability. A third is responsiveness, assurance, and then empathy. Our last element in our strategic frame of reference then is our vision. So once we have gone through these steps, we have our mission, we've listened to our customers, we know what they want from us, then we determine where we're going. And you can link those answers into this model to get started. To align your HR strategy with your business strategy using organizational success factors, employee competencies, you cannot achieve that business strategy without your employees having certain competencies and exhibiting behaviors. Organizational success factors are just those few competencies in which an organization most needs to excel and be successful. So what we're doing is we're taking our business strategy, breaking it down, translating it into just some specific areas. And there are books, samples, software that have sample organizational success factors. Or maybe greater asset utilization, or usually it's best to choose some for supervisors, managers, leaders, and choose another set for non-supervisory employees. Non-supervisory employees, it might be customer orientation or results orientation, or you achieve alignment. Another great contribution that you can make to your organization is help them enhance create a succession plan. So in succession planning, we're just identifying the talent needs that we'll have in the future. So succession plans have multiple benefits, are helpful at attracting and retaining employees. So very quickly, I'll just work through 7 succession planning tools. One is just to have self-appraisal. Performance management is a great way of contributing to your succession plan. We can use any of multiple assessment. A 4th succession planning tool is the GE 9-box grid. Also, we have a variety of hypo or high potential development interventions we can use. And talent review meetings are a critical element of succession planning. The last succession planning tool that I'll speak of today are stay interviews. So hopefully that little brief discussion of succession planning is helpful to you. The metrics allow us to know whether our HR processes are aligned with and contributing to our organization's business strategy. Metrics have multiple benefits. They're the language of business. If we want to align our business strategy with our HR strategy with a business strategy using metrics, then again, we need to know who our primary internal customers are, and a model that is a great help, and think about how we can measure it in terms of time, cost, quantity, quality, and human reaction. If we apply it to interview and selection, so we have hundreds of HR metrics that we can use. So in summary then, success at aligning your HR strategy with your business strategy is when everybody on your HR team understands your business strategy. Most important part of this webinar, like any other training event though, is what you do with the information. Hopefully you've taken some notes, or you'll go back and build some notes. I've given you several models here, so hopefully you see that value and you've taken those notes. All right, thank you, Matthew. I'd just like to thank everybody for participating today. Again, your organization's business strategy can't be executed as effectively without the contribution from your department, and particularly because HR interacts with all departments, and the fact that as your business priorities change, your people priorities or your HR processes need to be changed as well. So in order to align our HR process with the business strategy, then we need to have that feedback from the organization's leaders and have metrics in place so we can see that we're making that contribution. Matthew, thank you very much for hosting today. I appreciate it.
Once again, thank you for the great presentation. So that does conclude the session for today. Thank you everyone for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.